done a vlog in so long, and that's just because vlogs for me interrupt my day, and I just don't want my day interrupted. Sometimes I like to just take a couple hours out of my day and film something that's planned versus just doing spontaneous things all the time. I don't know, that's just how I've been feeling lately. But I wanted to document my journey of TTC. If you're seeing this now, I have already put out a video about how I was tracking my ovulation wrong. If you have not seen that video, I'll go ahead and link it down below. But basically, for 4 months, I don't even consider myself TTC, but I was TTC, trying to conceive, and then we were doing it. I was doing it totally incorrectly. It's a whole thing, but we are now on the right track. I am on cycle day 9 today. So I'm pretty sure I'm going to ovulate sometime soon because I do have a regular period. It comes, I have like a 26-day cycle, so it's pretty normal. And so yeah, I started testing around cycle day 8, cycle day 7. No, started testing on cycle day 8, and that was just yesterday, June 7th. So I'm going to be documenting my ovulation till positive, and then I'll also document my 2-week wait. So maybe I'll kind of put it all together. I'm not really sure, honestly. Not really sure, but I'll go ahead and show you guys so far what my tests have been. So we are right here. This is yesterday, so this is June 7th, negative ovulation, cycle day 8, but we still did the deed because, you know, we're married and we have needs. June 8th, it was negative. That's today. I took that at 2:09 p.m. Cycle day 9. Definitely going to take another ovulation test at 7 o'clock p.m. Right now it's around 5. So I don't think I'm gonna hold my pee that long. I might go to the bathroom now and then wait until 7 o'clock and go to the bathroom again. Or if I feel like I can hold it, I'll just hold it. It's not that big of a deal. I'm at home. But yeah, so that's my log so far. How I'm feeling, I've never really paid attention to ovulation cramps, honestly. Never really paid attention to ovulation spotting. Like, I don't even know. I've never had spotting weirdly in the middle of my cycle, so I'm not really sure. I'm not really sure how I'm gonna feel, but I just knew I wanted to document this one because, like, when I have a daughter, I want to be able to show her this, and maybe it'll help her in her journey. She'll have something to reference to. I don't know if she would want to, but at least she can kind of see like what her mom's going through. And obviously we're gonna have pretty much similar DNA, and so if she comes from my womb, so a lot of like our genetics and just kind of how our body is, she might be able to relate to me. So yeah, that's really why I wanted to document this, just so I can have it as a keepsake and show my children. Let's just like dive into something really real. I know, like, talking about TTC and your journey can be definitely super overwhelming and emotional. It's definitely been an emotional journey for me. Obviously, one, because I wasn't even tracking right, so I felt very upset about that, but just in general, like trying and then wondering if you can have kids, and just, I don't know, guys, it's just one of those things where it kind of humbles you and it just makes you put a lot of things in perspective, I feel like. But I don't know who else is trying here on my YouTube family, but it's a journey. It is a journey, and I definitely want to make sure that I'm real and raw. There's times where I was just like, oh my god, do I even want to film this? And I didn't, and I wish I would have, because it would have been a lot more helpful to see that now versus when I was going through it at the time. So yeah, this is definitely going to be something that I feel like even if it doesn't turn out the way that I want it to, it's still motivating. So yeah, waiting for a video to process. Trying to get ahead of the game, which is why I'm doing these way in advance, especially because if I'm like say I'm pregnant and I'm not feeling good, I'm not feeling sick, not feeling my best, I'm not gonna want to film these videos. So filming them now while they're still fresh in my head, I have energy to do it. You know, I'm more not in such a bad mood. Like if it's negative, I'll probably be, you know, a little upset and everything, but at least I'm in a good mood right now. So I was like, okay, let me just do it. So that's what I'm doing. But for some reason, YouTube is just like processing everything really slow right now. So I have no clue what's even going on. Yeah, so that's processing. Really have to go pee, and I still have 2 hours till I can pee. And the reason why, if you're wondering why I'm waiting and holding my pee for so long, with the ovulation test strips, I have 2 different brands. I have one that's coming tomorrow, and then I have one that I'm using from Walmart, which is the Equate version. They're pretty good, I guess. I haven't really like done a full cycle to know. I don't want my pee to be so diluted that it's not getting the correct reading, which is why I'm doing it later on in the day. I learned from actually a doctor on YouTube, the most common mistake with ovulation tests were taking them in the beginning, like in the morning, and you're really not, because the surge hasn't really hit yet. And you don't really have a lot of the hormone that it's trying to detect. I believe it's LHG. Don't quote me on that. I think it is in your urine. So they want you to wait later on in the day, and then you take a test, and then later on in the evening. So I'm just going to follow what the doctor said. I know people do it differently, but I'm just going to follow what doctors are recommending. So that's what I'm gonna do. So I'm probably just going to pick up the camera again when I take my ovulation test, and I'll show you guys. I could not wait. I needed to go pee really bad. I was supposed to wait until 7, but I just could not wait. And I guess it's fine because I have a lot of these still, and I'm technically not ovulating yet. Like, they're coming out really faint. So I don't believe this one's gonna get any darker, so I'm not too worried. I'm gonna try again tomorrow with my water intake and make sure it's not too much, but I'm gonna go pee really quick. Okay, that's much better. Sorry if that was just really intense for a moment. I put my timer on. 2 minutes left. I can see my test right now. And I'm not ovulating. You can definitely tell the line is really, really faint. I'll show you guys. Let's see. You guys see that line? Super, super faint, which means it's a negative. Different from pregnancy test. Pregnancy test, if you get a faint line, it's a positive. But with OPKs, it's a negative because it needs to be darker than the control line to be a positive. So yeah, I am definitely not ovulating, which is a good thing because honestly I don't know when I ovulate. So this is like really good for me to kind of see like what's going on with my body, like all that good stuff. And the hormone it's looking for is LH. So it's the luteinizing hormone, and that's what it's looking for in my pee. So when that surges, then it'll be time to baby dance. So hopefully I'll get that, I want to say another 2 or 3 days, maybe it'll rise, because then I'll be around day 12. So hopefully somewhere around there to 14, which is like a normal cycle because I'm pretty normal, I'll kind of get a better idea of when my surge happens. So when this timer is done, because I'm going to wait the whole 3 minutes, it says to wait the whole 3 minutes, so that's what I'm going to do. Then I'm going to take my picture, log it in, and yeah, I'll show you guys how to log it in. But I just had to go pee so bad. Okay, so I keep the test in this little Ziploc because I don't want that flying everywhere. Honestly, I don't know how long the lines stay, but I'm just keeping them for keepsake memory for this journey. If it actually ends up in a pregnancy, I just want to be able to look back and just like really thank God for it. And I'm gonna go ahead and log now. So I'll show you guys my phone. So this is the one I took earlier that was a negative. It was like at a 0.2. And then I took this one just a couple of moments ago. That one's a 0.2 as well. So they're both low, which is normal. I wouldn't expect to be peaking this early. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'll go ahead and put this in for the evening, the PM. So I'm gonna write negative OV. That was at 6 o'clock PM. Yep, and that's just how I do it. Hi guys. It is the next day and I am rushing because I'm getting ready to go to a ceremony, a wedding ceremony. He's been sick for, well, not really sick, but just hasn't been feeling well for about 4 days. And so I just knew the best thing to do was to take her to the vet. She wasn't eating, just nothing. Like she just wasn't doing anything. And so it just wasn't really good. I just received my Easy at Home kit. This has 40 tests and 40 HL tests, which is it has 40 HL tests and 10 HCG tests. And I'm going to open these up because I'm rushing and I actually missed my time window to take my test, but I figured, hey, it's not a big deal. I'm just gonna make it work. I actually took a test this morning just for the fun of it. Okay, so don't mind my hair. I need to do my hair. I'm not gonna show you guys my pee, but I definitely just peed in the cup. This is what the LH strip looks like. You guys can see that, it's blue. So it says, let me read the directions before I just start dipping stuff. So it says to dip it until you start to see the blue dye start to run. Okay, I'm gonna sit this on here. I'll show you guys. So it's running. It's running right now. I'm gonna sit this on here and do my hair. Okay, so my test is done. I had started my timer a little late, so I definitely know it's done now. So if you can see that, if you can see, it is negative right there. I'm gonna save this because I want to tape it into my, I'm gonna save it because I want to tape it into my notebook, but I also have it here in my app. So I kind of like this too because I can just upload it and everything's there. And let me just show you the comparisons in like the test. So this is the Walmart brand. I find that the Walmart brand was a little harder to read, and I don't even know if you guys will be able to see. I don't even know if you guys will be able to see it on camera, but if you look, like the lines are super faint. Like you can kind of see it on cycle day 9, but they're really faint. And then with the Easy at Home, I don't know if it's because maybe more LH is surging, but I definitely feel like these tests are easier to read. Also, I noticed with the ones from Walmart, the lines were like leaving a lot sooner. So like they weren't on the test even after the fact, they would kind of disappear. So I know that that could be, you know, what happens, but I don't know, I just really wanted the lines to be there so I can keep them. But I think I'm gonna stick with the Easy at Home and just see how this goes. And if we don't get a cycle, then I'll just buy this brand again because I don't know, so far I really like it. So I'm gonna get ready to go. I will check back with you guys when I do my second test of the day. I am back home from my day and I am in my pajamas. My hair is a mess again and I need to wash my face, take my makeup off. I have to take another one of my ovulation tests before I go to bed. It's a little late. Like I said, my day was completely thrown off today, but it's okay because like I said, I don't think that I'm ovulating until closer to another day or so. So I'm gonna go ahead and pee on the stick and then go to sleep. Minutes and then dump this out. Hey guys, it is the next day. It is Thursday, June 10th. And I want to say I'm cycle day 11 today. Cycle day 11. And I'm not feeling too hot today. I don't think it has anything to do with ovulation. I don't think. I've been taking my UTI medicine, and so I have not been drinking a lot of water because one, I don't want to dilute my test, so I'm having to like kind of gauge how much water I'm drinking during my hold before I pee. And so after I'm done doing this test, I'm definitely going to go drink a bunch of water and lay down because I just don't feel the best right now. But I have my test, you know the drill. I took a test last night. I showed you guys my results. I was just tired, so I just kind of showed you guys on my phone. But I'm going to dip this right now until the dye starts to run. I guess I'll chat for a little bit. Talk about a little bit of like some of the symptoms I've been feeling. Sorry if you guys hear something outside. I swear that they're like mowing our lawn every single day. So sorry if you hear that. But the other day, I think it was on cycle day 10 or 9, I had fell asleep really early because it's definitely cycle day 9 because I was just so tired and I was just cramping a lot. Like the cramping gave me a headache, and I think I had a headache because of the cramping. Like I'm not sure how that all worked, but I had such a bad headache. I was cramping so much and I just fell asleep. Like Terrence was in the other room playing his video game and he came and checked on me. He was like, you were completely like gone. Like I could not wake you up. And I was just so overwhelmed by everything that was going on in my body. It just made me go to sleep. So I went to sleep really early. I went to sleep like around, I want to say 8. It was really early. Like the sun was still out. So it was like 7 or 8. And then yesterday I was totally fine. My timing was off for my test, which I told you guys last night, but it was totally fine because like I said, it was still early, so it's not like the days really mattered. The days that really matter is like for me, I would believe it'll be like from 11 to 14, just to like really keep an eye on it because it could be coming soon. So I wasn't too, you know, worried, but I definitely like was a little off, but I didn't feel anything strange going off my body like I did on day 9. Like everything was pretty cool. But yeah, so I'm gonna actually take my test into my notebook, so I'll show you guys that because I haven't done that yet. I have 3 tests in my bathroom right now just because I have not like had a chance to do it. I've been like go. Like even this morning I was going to do it, but I was working on something for you guys. Actually, you guys will see that pretty soon. Whenever I release these videos, you guys will definitely know. But I was working on that, and then I had to go to yoga. Yoga was at 9:30. Got home, I had to fill out some paperwork for something else. Like I have a lot of busy work I'm doing today, even have more work after I get done taking this. So I've just been trying to like really, I don't know, just like do everything I need to do, but then still remember to take these. And I just haven't been able, I've been recording them in my phone, I just haven't been putting them into my actual notebook. So this is about done. I I'm going to take a picture. This is actually really cool. So if you guys look, so yesterday on cycle day 10, you could barely see the line there. Now look at cycle day 11. Do you guys see that? It's so much darker. It's so much darker. Definitely making progress. That makes me actually really happy because I've never taken ovulation tests before. And the one I took that I showed you guys that I took last night, that got darker overnight. So that actually was not the result from the original like test being taken in the time it's supposed to be taken. So I'm curious to see how this one dries up, if this one dries up darker. So I'm going to show you guys a comparison of both. So I put this on here, right here. I put it underneath because I didn't guess enough space there. But June 9th, right there was yesterday, cycle day 10 at 3:45 p.m. I took this one and it was low. And then at 11:26 p.m. I took that one last night and that was low. And then today, June 10th, took one. It was low. That was at 1:33 p.m. and it is cycle day 11. So, I mean, for a beginner, I'm doing pretty well with keeping track and just making sure I'm being like accurate. I like description of like what's going on, the CM, all of that stuff is like really going to be helpful. So when they do ask me questions about my body, say I don't end up conceiving this cycle, at least I'll have like a record of like, you know, what's going on with me that I can see, you know, as far as I can see, you know, in my body right now. So that's there. And I think I already showed you guys the phone one, so that's all good. So now I'm going to take a nap, drink some water, because this medicine is giving me the hugest headache. Hi guys, welcome back to another day. It's been 1 day since I have filmed a video regarding my OPK test, and I am here to update you guys. Let's see, I think I left off June 10th. Yeah, I think I left off at June 10th when I did my last ovulation test, and I told you guys that I did not put it in the book, but I did put the first one in there, which was low. And then on June 11th I didn't film because I forgot what I was doing. I just had a lot going on. My dog got really sick, so I just been really occupied with that, so I haven't really wanted to film because I'm going through that. So I'm just gonna give you guys an update. So on June 11th, which was cycle day 12, I got a positive ovulation test. And when I say positive, it's dark or as dark as the control line. So on the 11th, it was definitely not darker, but it was as dark as the control line. So I went ahead, I put it into the app, the Pregmom app, and, or is it Premom app, Pregmom app. And it said that it was high, but it didn't say peak. So I was a little confused because the test definitely looked dark. So I just called it a high, and I tested high at 7:30 p.m. But if you look at June 11th, see, if you look at June 11th at 1:45 p.m., I was pretty, like, this is pretty dark. You know, it's not a positive, it's definitely still negative, so it's still low. But it's definitely almost as dark. This is my line right here, and that's the test line, so it's getting there. Definitely was getting there. And then this was at 7:30. This was as dark. So we actually did baby dance on June 11th. So that was yesterday. We baby danced. And then at 1:15 p.m., which was, oops, today's cycle day, hold on. Today is cycle day 13, excuse me. So, cycle day, put that on there. So cycle day 13, oh, that was so ugly the way I did that. But For cycle day 13, which is June 12th today, I tested high. I'm not sure if this is high or peak. I don't know, you guys can let me know if you think that's a high or peak, but that was at 1:15 in the afternoon. So that is pretty darn good. That is pretty dark to me. This is my line right here. The control line looks a lot lighter than my line. So I definitely think this is peak ovulation for me. Definitely think this is peak ovulation because I definitely see a distiller. So I am so happy that we actually baby danced yesterday, and then we're most likely gonna baby dance today, and then probably the day after, just, you know, putting it out there. But for sure tonight. And then I'm going to do another OPK test later on tonight just to see where my levels are. But according to this, I should be ovulating, if this is peak, like I think it is, I should be ovulating 12 to 36 or 48 hours from now. So that's really good because that means by tomorrow, well, depending on when I got this high, because I'm not really sure if yesterday was a peak or a high, or if I started, you know, so I'm not sure if I'm gonna still be peaking tomorrow. When I check my levels tomorrow morning, if it goes back low, that means I will be officially 1 DPO, and that means I would have ovulated. So that's when my 2-week wait starts, and this video will probably be cut and I'll just make another one for my pregnancy test. But yeah, I'm really excited and happy. And so, like, I don't know, to me, taking OPK tests was such a peaceful thing for me now that obviously you guys have been with me since I started testing. And so, started testing since what? I started testing June 5th. So, it's been a minute. It's been a while. So, I'm just really happy, and I feel like really blessed that I'm ovulating, because there are some women who have periods and they don't ovulate. All these different scenarios that could happen. I just feel like it was really a blessing to know that my body can ovulate on its own, you know, without needing any type of medicine or help. And my heart goes out to those people and those women, because, you know, it's hard sometimes. And so I'm just really feeling grateful today, and it's such a blessing to see that. And yeah, I'm just grateful that I'm even ovulating. It's like I haven't even gotten a positive pregnancy test, and I'm just more happy about the fact that I know that my body's working properly, because for a moment in time, even though I was doing things like incorrectly, I wasn't even sure if I was ovulating correctly, you know. So I'm just, it gives me a peace, because then I can kind of go through my 2-week wait without like really like being hyper focused on whether I'm pregnant or not, because at least I know on my end I did what I was supposed to do. I followed, you know, my body, and made sure that we were doing the best in maximizing our chances at what we could have control over, and the rest is really up to God to create the miracle. So yeah, I'm feeling really good about this cycle. Hey guys, I'm back. I am currently taking an ovulation test right now. It is 8 o'clock, so 8:09. So I think today, because it said I was in peak or high, pretty sure it's peak, but I think I'm going to take another one later, like around 11 or 12, just to see if my levels are still really high or if they're going down, because right now I'm looking at my test and the line came up like immediately. Like it came up so quick. So I'm pretty sure I'm going to ovulate tomorrow. So I'm really excited about that. I'm just waiting for this line. It's definitely, I can look at it right now and see that it's definitely darker than the control line. I'll show you. The time's not even over yet. And look, the test line is gonna be, oops. Okay, this is the test line right here. My pinky's pointing. That's my line. So you see how dark that is? That's really dark. That's really dark. Yeah, so I'm definitely in peak right now. I'm gonna take a picture of this. I am going to use, I picked this up yesterday. I'll probably do like an official review on it, but this is the Preseed personal lubricant. It's fertility friendly for use when trying to get pregnant. I'm not sure if you could just like use this as something, there's my timer, as something to do like, you know, just for recreational use. It's actually like meant for fertility use, but I guess you could just use it. It's just you probably have a higher chance of getting pregnant. So if that's your goal, then I guess, but if that's not your goal, then maybe it's not the best thing to use. I'm not sure. I am going to insert that. You actually have to like insert it with a tube. So like I said, I'll do a video on it, but basically you insert it with a tube and you put this inside and you put like, you draw back the millimeters and all that stuff. So we're gonna do that. We did it yesterday and I actually really liked it. I thought it was gonna be really sticky, but it wasn't. I thought it was gonna be really messy. I guess depending on how much you use, it can be messy. And I also thought it was going to like lose its longevity along the way, because like if you've ever used KY jelly or some of these other lubricants, they dry out so quick or they get really sticky, and I don't like that. And this one did not get sticky. It literally feels like cervical mucus. So it's really cool because it also helps the sperm travel like cervical mucus and get to the egg so it can fertilize. So it's really cool. I'm going to show you guys the test. Look at this. You guys see how dark? Let's see if it'll focus. Perfect. Do you guys see how dark that is? This is my line right here. It is way darker than the control line. That is such a good sign. This is my first time doing ovulation, and like I can just say that I am really glad that I did this, because this is showing me and teaching me so much about my body. And it's also really good for me because now that we are actually trying, as I've mentioned before, it's just really nice to know that we're doing it on the right days. So this is probably TMI. I'm not going to tell you I'm not going to talk about what we're about to go do, but you guys already know because this is a trying to conceive video. So hey guys, it's the next day. It is cycle day 14. The official date is, let's see, Sunday, June 13th. I just took my test and I'm on Pre-Mom right now, which is the ovulation app that I'm using. And it's 1 DPO today. You can see right there at the top, 1 DPO. And it also says to keep testing my LH levels to make sure they drop down and stay down. So that's what I just did. And I'll show you guys that in a second. And I'm gonna remind you guys, a little refresher of my LH test from last night, which was pretty dark. I want to say it was the darkest one I've ever had, but for some reason this was the darkest one. I think that they automatically just did that, but I'm not really sure. So I'll show you guys this test right now before I log it in. Oh yeah, it's way lighter. Okay, there we go. So you guys see how light that line is, that second line is? Wow. But yeah, so that is it for ovulation testing. I am going to do a video diary of 1 DPO to 5 DPO, and then I'm also going to do a video diary from 5 DPO to 10 DPO, and then until I get my big fat positive, I'm just gonna do that. So I'm excited to do those, just to take you guys on the journey, to remember for myself if this cycle goes well. It's really cool to be able to just look back and see what happened, right? So thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate it. I know this journey can be hard for some people, so I just encourage you to keep the faith, keep hope, stay calm, keep yourself stress-free, and let's just motivate each other and go through this together, because that's exactly what we are all doing as women. We are going through this together. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys in another video. Bye.